Hi guys, welcome back to Rejoice with Rejoice.
Falling in love with Jesus.
So today I'm just gonna do a devotion at this point. So recently I've been wanting to talk to you guys about how we are known by our fruits, not our gifts, right? So at first I was like, that was supposed to be the devotion for last Sunday, but I did not know how to start it, So even when I was telling the spirit, I'm like, can you take over? But like, it looked like it was just not time for it, because some of these things can come to me while I'm doing Bible study, but does not mean it's time for me to talk to you guys about it. So today, it's just coming naturally, basically. So for me to continue in that, like how we are not known by our by our gifts, but we are known by our fruits. So you see that thing that we always hear: grace this, grace found me, grace made me who I am. Yeah, some lyrics. Either ways, so I came to know what grace is, right? So there's a time I went to church, this other church, and they were talking about grace, right? And they gave the example of Moses, not the time when Moses was parting the Red Sea and stuff. No, when Moses was still a baby, like when the mom put Moses in a basket to flow, to go, putting her faith in God, basically. So that's the first time I heard exactly what grace is. I just used to say grace this, grace that, grace this, grace that. But I got to learn that grace is basically you getting stuff that they put it in a way that you get stuff that you don't deserve. Like, you look like you don't deserve those things, but God gives them to you out of grace. You see, like when somebody's even like, oh, I'm gonna give you grace again, after somebody has been like ignoring you for a long time, or somebody has been treating you badly, and then they're like, no, I want to change. You're like, okay, let me give you some grace, or give me some grace. You see why we say that? Because grace is basically you getting something that you do not deserve because of the circumstances. So it's like for Moses, basically he was supposed to be killed, so by then he deserved death because of the sentencing that Pharaoh has put. But God was like, no, right? This is something that he deserves because he has a boy. Pharaoh said kill every boy child, basically. So every boy baby, basically. So it's like he deserved death because of that, because of the fact that that's the rule that was put there. But God was like, nope, he's not getting this. So exactly like that. So the grace of God is basically him taking, like, basically giving you what you did not deserve. You understand? You see, even why we're like, oh God, we're not worthy of your love, we're not worthy of this. It's the thing of he gives us grace to put us in rooms and make us stay. You understand? So you see, like for the Moses story, that day, the way the pastor was preaching it, I was like, wow, okay. So tell me why I just started looking at it from this way. Firstly, when Moses was put on that Nile River, right? On that river. The Nile River is a river that is known with many crocodiles. Hungry crocodiles. But that day the crocodiles were not hungry. And mind you, this baby is wailing, like crying, like crying. But the crocodiles were not hungry to a point whereby they are not even annoyed by the noise. They're just full, magically full, that they don't even want to eat up the child. That's the first thing. Look at it in this way. Another thing is Pharaoh's daughter. Since when did Pharaoh's daughter want a child? Because if she wanted a child, then she could have gotten a child from anywhere. She could have gotten a child, even like got like a partner and then got a child or whatever. But no. Tell me why she wanted a child that day. She just saw this baby and she's like, all of a sudden her heart wants a child. That's another transformation of grace, where somebody's heart can get changed to accommodate for you. You understand? So all of a sudden she wanted a child. I looked at it that way. Another way I looked at it is, all of a sudden Pharaoh did not have a problem with a boy child the moment the doctor presented this child. The same man that wants to get all the babies killed, he did not mind seeing this baby. I'm sure, like, it not even put a point whereby he questioned where this child came from. And then another thing is, Pharaoh's daughter is a princess, so she basically baths in the, like, she basically gets bathed in the palace or castle, whatever that is. But that day she just wanted to go and bath in a river. All of a sudden. So it's like all I was seeing there was grace, right? So now it brought me to thinking, I'm like, this is how the grace of the Lord looks like, you know, being put. And for me, I noticed it like a long time ago, but yesterday it actually hit me more. Yesterday I had like this other panel discussion thing, and I was one of the panelists, right? And I was so nervous because like it was a short notice type of thing. I was so nervous, and it's a lot of times I've been getting short notice type of stuff. And my friend was like, Rejoice, growth is not at your convenience. Growth, you grow when you're not in a comfortable place, like trust me. So I was like, okay, cool, let me give it a chance. So I go and I'm presenting, and I'm just like shoo. And then the moment I just heard myself go like, you are the person, God, you are the one that put me in this room, and you're the one that is gonna make me stay if I'm supposed to stay. Meaning with the amazing, you know, world elite people in that room. And even after I was done talking, even this other lady, she came to talk to me. Mind you, she's well established. She's like, oh my gosh, I really learned this when you were talking. And I was like, excuse me. So the grace of the Lord, bringing me back to how we are known by our fruits, not our gifts. I have the gift of speaking, true. We all have the gift of speaking, true. But how many of us actually put it into use? You see, like for the example that I gave you of the lady that came to me, the example of the lady that came to me, you see how, okay, before I get to that, I was just so amazed. I was like, wait, am I really making that much of an impact to a point whereby that when I talk, actually even adults can come and go like, you just actually learned this from you? Or like different people, because I was approached by like I think 3 people, just because I had to rush out, but like 3 people came to talk to me and everything else after the whole panel discussion. And I was like, this basically adds more value to the thing of we are known by our fruits, not our gifts. Because so many of us can talk, I can give you a topic right now and you can start freestyling however you want to do it, but how many people are being nourished by what you're saying? So how many of us can basically, I was like, you see these amazing people that came to me and they're talking to me and everything else. So many of us can speak, but how many of us, everything that we are speaking is edifying somebody? How many of us, everything that we are talking about nourishes somebody? You understand? You can just come, I can give you a topic, you can start freestyling, you understand? But is it producing any fruits? So I remember I was reading in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, it was talking about how Paul was like, he prefers prophesying than speaking in tongues. And I was like, he's trying to compare. And it's like, I'm not comparing, I'm not saying which one is better than the other, but I'm just saying that I prefer prophesying because it edifies the people I'm talking to. It helps people understand what I'm talking about. So imagine coming into a room with unbelievers or people of little faith basically, and you want to start speaking in tongues. They don't even know what you're saying, but when you prophesy, you basically get to help them understand what you're talking about. So I was like, that's actually amazing. Now bringing it back in now Matthew, I'll put the chapter there, how it's like we are known by our fruits, not our gifts. So many of us can pray for this gift, so many of us can do this amazing stuff. You have the baptism of the Holy Spirit, you're speaking in tongues, you're prophesying, you're dreaming and everything else. But how many of us just sit down with our gifts? How many of us just sleep with our gifts? After you basically dream about somebody, you just sleep. You wake up, you look at the person, you don't even go into prayer about this person. You're just like, oh, God, I had a nightmare. But yeah, it's a gift that you have, but you just decided not to help it grow. What you give attention to is what grows, if you actually know that. Because if you just put a tree there or like a plant there and you don't take care of it, it will die. But if you have a plant and you take care of it, it will grow. You cannot expect to say that you are a mango tree when you do not produce mangoes. There are some trees that have the same leaves. Some trees that have the same leaves. But for you to be able to, like, they have, like, even when you look at it, you're like, what's the difference? Unless you're like a tree expert or a plant expert. But some trees or plants have the same leaves or same design of leaves. But what sets them apart is that little thing on them. It's the exact same thing. I can only know you that you're a mango tree if I see a mango on that tree. Some trees are like that. So are you the mango tree without fruits? You have the gift of growing and looking all pretty, but like, do you have fruits on your tree? So it's exactly like that. You see, even if you look at the story of Moses, he got the gift to see the burning bush, got the gift to hear the burning bush. You know that hearing the voice of the Lord is also a gift, or just basically seeing mysteries is a gift of the Lord. Basically, it's a gift of the Spirit. So you find yourself, you like, oh sorry, I was talking about the story of Moses. So it's like he basically got the gift to see the burning bush, hear what the voice of God coming from the burning bush. He was even like, no, it's not me, I can't do this thing. And God is like, I'll give you the words to say. And he was like, okay, cool, I surrender. But he would have chosen to just go and sit down with that gift. After even seeing all of that, he's like, nah, I can't do this thing, so I'm not gonna do it. But he remembered who he was doing it for. He remembered why he was doing it. Every gift that you get, even if you remember the story of the talents, let me just give you the story of the talents. The people that Jesus was giving this parable of the man that gave his 7 talents, basically. And I love the part where it says he gave the talents. Sorry, don't mind the noise. He gave the talents according to these people's capabilities, according to their strengths, basically their strengths and weaknesses. That's how he gave this talents to these people. I'm gonna put the story here and I want you to go read it. That's how he gave this talents, according to these people's capabilities. So he was like, this is a direct replica on the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, basically. So God gives us these gifts according to our capabilities, but we sit down with the gifts. Some of us want the gifts, even the gift of evangelizing. That's a gift of being able to talk to somebody and you actually are able to explain what it's saying in the Bible. But how many of us actually pray for these gifts, but we know if we get it, we're gonna sit down? Obedience, bringing it back to obedience, basically. You got the grace of the Lord, you got the gift, but now what is lacking is obedience. Do you have the obedience to carry out that task? Even demons believe. You know that even demons believe that God is amazing, God is everything. But what sets us apart from these demons, we don't only believe, we obey. We obey him. We obey what he tells us to do. We are his disciples. So that's what sets us apart from these demons. They believe, but we believe and we obey. They believe and they do not obey. So how many of you, or how many of us, have gifts, or you are good at something and you have seen the fruits of it once or something and you decided to bury it? No, I'm shy. Where is shy written in the Bible? No, I just have anxiety, social anxiety. Where is it written in the Bible that people have social anxiety? You want to be a child of God. I want to be like Christ. I want to be like Jesus Christ. And then you let the world define a condition that you have. I have social anxiety. I don't like people. How won't you like people if you want the heart of Christ? That's basically his whole heart. His definition is loving people. So how many of us have these gifts but have no fruits to back up the gift? I'll put some other stories about the different people that have gifts but do not put them into work, or the different explanations of like the different stories. You see, like the parable of the 5 talents. Those are the stories I'll put here for you to see how every single time Jesus keeps talking about having fruits. Even that part where that verse that says that we are known by our fruits, it's because Jesus is talking about false prophets, basically. Like in terms of they have the gift of prophesying, but they have no fruits behind them. It's like you saying you're a lecturer. Oh, I'm a good lecturer, but no one is passing your module. Like, it's not even because these kids are not studying. No, it's this thing of you cannot even explain stuff when you got the degree. Okay, now are you using the degree? Are you actually lecturing, or you just have a paper? So how many of us have gifts and we sit down with them? So how many of us basically are sitting down with those gifts? How many of us, you know that being a child of God is a gift in its own? So how many of us are children of God with the gift of being a child of God but have not brought anybody home? How many of us have no fruits to attest that I'm a gift of God sent into the world. I'm the light of the world. I'm the salt of the earth, as he said. That's a gift on its own as well, by the way. Being the light of the world and the salt of the earth. You've been given to it for free. It's basically you being your parents' child. You are a gift to your parents. But are you doing things that actually make your parents proud, or you're just a disappointment? Are you basically one of those ones that just basically you make your parents cry every night because of the way you are acting? How many good things did you bring home? It's the exact same thing with God. Like, how many fruits have you brought to your Father? How many? So you must ask yourself that. Do I have any fruits to back up the different gifts that I have? Do I have me as a gift on my own? Do I have any fruits? Okay? I love you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Convicting, but I hope you guys can share it with the people that you know need to hear it the most. And I really pray that we start putting these gifts to work. Or if anybody wants a gift, remember, even demons believe. What sets us apart is our ability to obey. We do believe, but we obey. That's what makes us disciples of God, disciples of Jesus, disciples of the kingdom of heaven. So evaluate yourself and share this with anybody that needs to hear this. I love you guys, and I'm praying for you, and let's keep joining hands to pray for each other. The world is spiritual. This life is spiritual. I love you. And I'm so sorry for being inconsistent. I will get back soon. But I love you.